Warrior, today we're going to confront the reality that every high-value man has to deal with bad behaviors that make women disrespect you. If you're familiar with the Stoics, this is a serious matter, especially if you're here to develop into the type of man that demands respect from both others and, most importantly, from yourself. Marcus Aurelius Seneca Epicus, didn't seek respect through wealth or status. Instead, they earned it by strengthening their character, remaining true to their principles, and getting rid of any bad habits. That's precisely what we're doing here today. These habits may seem insignificant or even harmless, but trust me when I say that they work in silence to undermine your self-esteem and erode the respect you deserve because you are a high-value man whose character should be unbreakable. Your routines are sound and deliberate. Each of these habits is a roadblock on your path to strength and respect. Let's overcome them together. This video is more than just a lesson. It's a wake-up call. If you're prepared to discover what might be preventing you from moving forward and get rid of these silent poisons, stick with me through to the very end. In this video, we'll examine the habits that can cause women to lose respect for you and how to avoid them so you can be the man that everyone respects and admires. Don't forget to click the notification and subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Stoic Monarch, where we explore the mysteries of Stoic philosophy and learn how to develop a strong and respectful character. Bell needs to keep up with all of our content, so let's start by aiming for 1,000 likes on this video so that we can continue to produce. A single lack of confidence. The cornerstone of any high-value man is confidence. Imagine entering a room with steady steps, head high, and eyes forward. Believe me, women can sense your self-worth without you saying a word. Lacking confidence is like displaying a neon sign that says, "I'm unsure of myself," and nothing lessens respect more quickly. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's the kind of quiet strength Marcus Aurelius possessed when he ruled Rome with conviction without ever having to prove himself. The fact is, confidence is something you develop rather than something you are born with. Think back to the times you overcame fear, stood your ground, and achieved a goal. These are the moments that form the basis of genuine confidence. As the Stoic philosopher Epicus taught, a high-value man finds strength within himself. He is anchored in his values and principles, like a ship that remains steady no matter how rough the seas. And without this inner confidence, a man looks to women, co-workers, friends, and others for approval, which ultimately leads to him ceding his power. When a man doesn't respect himself, a woman can't respect him. Confidence is the ability to grow, be at ease with what you don't know and get back up after failing. Because it is sincere and consistent, this self-assurance naturally gains respect. Warrior, do you have this type of confidence, or are you allowing doubt to seep in? You have to respect yourself first, and you have to have very bad hygiene. Let's be honest. Your personal hygiene says a lot about how much you value yourself. Believe me when I say that a man who disregards his appearance, grooming, or even his scent is sending a strong message that he doesn't take himself seriously. A high-value man never skimps on his personal hygiene because he understands that it shows self-control and dignity. Because women are sensitive to this and perceive cleanliness as an indication of a guy's general standards, a lack of attention in this area can quickly transform respect into contempt. This is because if a man cannot be trusted to take care of himself, how can he be trusted to take care of others? Keeping oneself clean is discipline, not vanity. By taking care of our appearance and grooming ourselves, we demonstrate to the outside world that we have higher expectations of ourselves. Epicus reportedly remarked, "Know who you are first, and then dress appropriately," meaning that a man who values himself demonstrates this through his appearance. Women respect a man who pays attention to these details because it demonstrates that he values his body, his presence, and the impression he leaves. This does not entail spending hours in front of a mirror. Rather, it means respecting yourself enough to look and smell clean, groomed, and prepared for the world. Good hygiene is about routine and self-discipline in addition to appearances. A self-care conscious man develops routines including consistent grooming, attractive attire, and maintaining his environment. Natural discipline in smaller spheres of life breeds discipline in bigger ones. Women understand this naturally and are far more inclined to admire a man who prioritizes his own health and attractiveness. than they are to respect a man who can't even maintain basic cleanliness, let alone commit to the deeper goals he sets for himself. The main idea is that you cannot expect others to care for you if you are unable to do so yourself. If your goal is to become a high-value man, hygiene is a subtle but effective indicator of your value. Make maintaining good hygiene a daily habit, a dedication to honoring your appearance and treating your body with care. When you do this, people will notice and respect you organically. 3. Inconsiderate. When a man exhibits disrespect, whether through demeaning remarks, contemptuous behavior, or a lack of empathy, he exposes a serious weakness in his character that no amount of charm can hide. Believe me, women pick this up right away. Behavior respect is not just something you give to others, it's a reflection of your own character. Because he understands that disrespect is a betrayal of his own ideals. A high-value man never resorts to it. Appreciate is a value, not a tool, and a high-value guy lives by it. Women, friends, and even complete strangers appreciate people who show it to them. Look at the lives of Stoic philosophers like Seneca, who taught that a man must first master himself before he can lead others, to see how a disrespectful man constantly tries to gain control by putting others down in order to feel superior to everyone else. Empathy, self-control, and the discipline to treat everyone with respect are the foundations of great strength. A guy who lacks respect for others merely demonstrates his own incapacity, and such weakness will always repel respect rather than strengthen it. When you treat people disrespectfully, especially women, you are revealing your own insecurity and lack of control. Conversely, polite conduct demonstrates strength, empathy, and discipline. Respect serves as a foundation and a guiding principle that affects how you handle every interaction, no matter how small. If you find yourself speaking down to people, rejecting their opinions, or feeling the need to be correct at all costs, stop and consider why you are acting in this way. Often, disrespect is a cover for unresolved insecurities, but a high-value man acknowledges his own shortcomings rather than projecting them onto others. Let's be clear, respect is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a sign of maturity and strength. Women greatly admire men who have the strength to disagree without insulting, stand firm without disparaging, and listen without dismissing. If you respect yourself enough to treat others with kindness, you'll find that respect returns to you tenfold in the form of neediness and clinginess. A high-worth man recognizes the value of independence and knows that self-sufficiency is the source of true strength. Believe me, when a man becomes overly dependent on someone else for happiness, he gives away his power. Women notice this right away, and more importantly, they lose respect because neediness is a sign of insecurity, a lack of self-control, dependence, and a high value for self-worth. Neediness is the ultimate repellent, a sign that you're looking outside yourself for validation, approval, or even a sense of identity. Being needy is more than just seeking someone's attention. It's about feeling incomplete without it. A guy doesn't chase. Instead, he creates himself so that people are drawn to him. True happiness, according to Stoic philosophers like Epicurus, comes from within. If we're always looking for someone else to fill the gaps in our lives, we've lost control over our own peace. When you cling to someone out of fear of losing them, you're demonstrating that you don't feel complete on your own, and women respect stability and strength. She may have once respected you, but that respect is damaged the instant you start clinging and asking for confirmation or checking in all the time. A substantial amount man is motivated by his purpose, his ambitions, and his principles rather than entrusting his emotional security to others. In a world full of distractions and insecurities, true independence stands out like a beacon. If you want to be respected, you must first learn to respect your own space and time. This self-assurance naturally attracts women because it's uncommon for a man to have his own direction without needing someone else to define him or bring him validation. Accept solitude, set goals, and make your presence a decision rather than a need. Let's be clear, being independent does not mean being alone. Rather, it means being whole on your own so that connections enrich your life rather than define it. Man values relationships, but never at the expense of his own needs. When a woman sees that you can be content, focused, and happy without her constant approval, she respects you more because she sees a man who has a life of his own and is motivated by his own mission. And she, will naturally want to be a part of it. Constant reassurance is a sign that you haven't yet developed that inner strength. 5 lies, unfaithfulness, and dishonesty. The word of a man is his promise. In essence, lying is a sign of weakness, an admission that you lack the strength to stick by the truth. And when you are dishonest or unfaithful, you are eroding your own honor. High worth. Because men's integrity is unassailable, they speak the truth even when it's uncomfortable, and don't need to lie to acquire what they want. If you have lied to her once, that's one thing. Lying damages trust, and without trust, respect is impossible. You cannot establish meaningful relationships, whether personal or professional, on lies. She won't respect you as much if she discovers that you have repeatedly lied to her. Man is aware that being honest serves as a shield rather than a weapon. Although lying may seem like a simpler option, it's actually a quick way to compromise your integrity. Honesty and loyalty are the cornerstones of trust, and trust breeds respect. When a man demonstrates consistency in both his words and actions, he naturally gains respect. This is the type of man who builds enduring relationships based on mutual admiration. In conclusion, keep in mind that respect isn't earned by simply projecting strength. Rather, it comes from your daily actions and behavior. The habits you choose shape your character. If you want to be the man who commands respect, you must break bad habits and form stronger ones from within. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell for more motivational videos.